Welcome to another video of the Big Wall course, where I'm going to show you how to lead this roof at this outdoor public climbing gym area. And this allows me to practice and also to demonstrate for you in a controlled environment how to lead a roof. If you don't know how to lead a roof or very overhanging and steep terrain or follow steep terrain, you're going to bail. When I was on Washington Column, I was doing 2 routes and staying on Dinner Ledge. And the entire time we were there, over several days, we had 5 parties, not 5 people, 5 parties bail because they had somebody lead the core roof for like 4 hours, and then somebody try to follow it for another 2 or 3 hours, and they're like, oh, we'll never make it to the top. And I'm like, well, you're probably right. But that was the hardest thing they did. That was easier after that. But it's because 5 parties, because they didn't know this part. So I think this is going to be essential to just make its own video. The next video is where we're at index and we're actually showing you an entire pitch start to finish, including the hauling, like a one pitch of a big wall, start to finish A to Z. But this is just going to show you leading and following this very steep terrain, and we're going to try to keep it as tight as possible. Now, when I'm done, I'm going to show you Andrea, her first time on this, as the perfect how not to do it, and she was willing to let me haze her, because if you don't know what you're doing, it can really, really suck. And I don't want to make this look too easy in the video and then you're like, oh, I got that. No. You need to find somewhere outside. It could be a playground. It could be 2 trees where you tie butterfly knots and a rope that you tension up just high enough to be off the ground so you can practice the motion. So you have to practice. I'm just lucky enough to have this area. We've been doing this wall over here where I'll go up and time myself, haul a bag, and it's only like 20, 30 feet. And then Andrea will lead and haul. And I think that's really helpful in order to iron out all your systems while you're here, including iron out your audio systems, because this is now the 4th video I've literally had to reshoot because my audio went out. In the Big Wall Bible, where all of this is going to be, where this is going to have more content than just these videos, as this is just the start to the entire Big Wall thing I'm trying to do, I'll leave a little nugget in there behind the scenes of what it was like to film this stuff. And now Sylvester's with me, and we'll now de-virginize him on his first roof so you can see another how not to example, and we'll see how he does. This is also a great place to haze my girlfriend when I got in the haul bag and had her haul me, and then I had her try a 3-to-1 just to show her how not great it is. Like you're having a baby up there. Yes. Yes, that's exactly. You're experiencing big walling right now. I'm having the time of my life though.
I gotta do this more often.
Rocky Talkie helped sponsor this course by helping subsidize the cost of the new website, which has a really amazing filter. You can filter out all of the stuff that we have, and my videos are not intended to be watched by everybody. It's nice to cross-pollinate the sports, but if you're super into one thing, we've got that one thing for you. And you just go to the filter. The more things you select, the better it gets. You can't just select one thing and think a filter works. This thing lasts multiple days, super reliable, and super durable. I'm taking this on every big wall. I've done a 700-foot rope swing, 900-meter zip line, and a 2-mile-long high line with this thing. You get 10% off of these if you go to rockytalkie.com/hownottto. Enough with the plugs. Let's get on to this. So another nice hack for practicing is if you're not used to placing gear, right? This is the debate on whether or not you have to be a good trad climber before you can start aid climbing. Well, who is trad climbing with micro nuts and hooks, right? You have to learn that somewhere. And if you're not comfortable with it, you can top rope aid climb. Kind of sounds silly when you say it, but I wish I did that. My first hook was 2,800 feet up, and it took me 2 hours to get on it off of the solid bolt that was behind it. Don't let hooks be your first time up high if you're scared like I am. These are the Metolius Easy Daisies, where you have to lift the black loop, and if you don't know that, you're gonna hate life. I'm gonna do this with a couple of the bolts, and then I'm gonna switch to Alfifi because I want you to see both systems. Once I'm on the Alfifi, it's like cheating on this thing. Am I forgetting anything? No. Oh, can I have my ladders?
One set of ladders.
Okay, I would like to just make sure I articulate that I hate chest harnesses, and I'm only using it so the audio doesn't scrunch up against my neck. There's just, when you clip gear to this, it covers your other gear. Now, obviously, I don't have a lot of gear because this is just a couple bolts, and I'm gonna just be, using the quick draws. Now I can go up, down, left, right, right? In this case, I only have up, down. So in order for me to get back here, I have to go up. If I'm too far down, I can't. Now, I do not want to vector pull myself and turn myself into a slack line. If I pull this tight, I won't be able to get off this guy. So I try to keep that loose because that'll hold me once I loosen this up. I can't take my weight off of this unless I stand up in my ladder. So that's why the ladder has to be there. But I don't want to get too far down to where I can't reach that. So it's an act, a balancing act between the two. Now I'm going to leave this ladder here because I still have more work to do. Do that. In order to loosen this easy daisy, you got to work your thumb to fully extend it out. Completely sucks. Now, I got to go back and get that. And I can't reach that. If that was on a quick draw, and I knew this was going to be farly spaced out, I could put a quick draw in there, potentially clipping my rope to it, and then clip all my junk to the bottom of it, which would be easier to remove later. Now, why would I not want to clip to that? Is my belayer's right here, and this is a hard move.
Your belayer?
Yeah, my belayer. And so there's no reason to make them do that. I don't need the extra safety. We have a Jesus straw on the first bolt down at the anchor. Basically, when I'm traversing or doing overhanging stuff, I definitely want, once I start putting in my first piece, continuing to put all the pieces, or clipping to all the pieces. It almost would be better if I clipped none of these and then got straight to the vertical section, because then I could just have them lower out. And I don't need that much more sail. Like, I'm only gonna fall another 10, 15, 20 feet, and if the ground wasn't right here, whatever, I'm not gonna hit anything. It's a free rope swing. Anyways, so you wanna go up, so you stand up in the ladder, and you go up. Now I gotta reach back there and get all that crap. And this is where it's challenging. So I'll take that off. Oh man, good rope management. Making sure I have the next spot there. Pull that slightly tight, but not so much I'm vectored. I have to leave this ladder here so I can release my weight off of this guy. You can see how it's kind of annoying to have to stand up to release your weight on this stuff. This is why I like having my ladders independent of each other and independent of my personal anchor, so I can keep moving this stuff around. Sometimes I like having two ladders at once. So stand here, release here. Stand here. And then you can see that I have slack in this, especially if I swing over. So now I can just swing over and take it off. Now I'm going to, because I'm so scared, going to clip this and do good rope management. And then once I clip this, I have to clip all of them. And I'll show you how not to do that in a minute. Can't reach it, so you go up. Look, I can't get this. Every time I'm done unclipping, I fully max this out, so I never get hosed, especially if I'm gonna go do like a free move before clipping something, because then it's easy. Before I get vectored pulled over there, I'm gonna want to stand up and release myself as much as possible. See, when I stand up on this ladder, it doesn't do anything for me. You gotta stand up on directly below where you're trying to go, because then it's super easy. And then I'll show you the all fifi here in a minute. But I can take this off, and extend that out all the way, and clip that to me for now. Now, I have this shoulder length sling right here as in how not to. I'm out of free beaners. Product placements. No, but I'll show you when I follow this how awful this is. Because when I come down, it's gonna come like this, and it's gonna be up here like this, and it's going to basically be this far away from the last bolt. And so it makes it almost impossible to clean this thing. So I have to reverse aid it to fix your fear because you read too many books on extending your clip-in point so you don't have rope drag. Fuck you and your rope drag. That's not how you lead overhanging stuff. You keep it super close all the way across and don't skip stuff, even if it's like, oh, that's a micro nut and it won't hold me. No, you've got to clip every piece once you start clipping pieces, or clip none of them. Inside of the nipple pitch of the Zodiac, I didn't clip the first half of any of it until once my partner lowered himself out, then he got all the pieces after that. Anyways, ideally, if you're trying to go fast, you don't clip nothing in an overhanging section. So I can't reach that. So I got up, down, left, or right. Those are my steering wheels to work with. Clip. Now, you'll notice I got a new piece of gear on me. We're gonna show you the cheater stick. I mean, the Alfifi. This thing's amazing, I'll show you why. Now, if I pull this really hard, here, let me pull this really hard and show you what a vector pull is. Look, I'm almost a slack line. How on earth am I supposed to release this, right? And so many people, they'll pull on this and lift this. Like you're pulling on the thing you're trying to relax, right? So there's really no way for me to fix that, especially if I don't have this amazing push button here that the Alfifi has, because that allows me to take pressure off while I'm actually still on it, whereas the Easy Daisies don't. So now I can do that, but you don't do this in the right order, you're going to be hating this. Come on. I think I'm hating this. Jeez. This is Sylvester's Alfifi. I'm gonna go buy some when I'm done with this.
You're welcome, Ryan. You're welcome.
Anyways, it slides nicer. It's better in every way. Reach behind, fully extend it out, Alfifi or not. Don't be a dick. Clip every piece. God, my belayer's got me a lot of slack. Holy cow. I'm gonna go up now, which is pretty standard and straightforward. And then I'm going to fix this rope, and I'm gonna take some ascenders and I'm gonna follow it and show you what that's like, because that also requires you not to vector pull yourself. So throw that on the tripod and throw me on belay if you would. I'm now going to show you how to ascend, and I'm gonna basically be taking one ascender off because it'll be sitting in one and moving it above the piece that I'm trying to get past. Now, I don't wanna be on one anything ever. So I am tied into the bottom of this rope. So if I screw up or ascenders pop off, then I am still attached to the rope. This is where carabiners in the eye shine, because if you're doing this kind of stuff, it could pop off. And that would suck, wouldn't it? Anyways, I only have one aider in my lower ascender because it adds no value to have one in the top ascender. I'm only gonna be sitting in that. When I sit, I want my arm to never be more than fully extended. And then when I lift this up, I lift that bottom foot up. Notice I can't get much distance here. It's because I'm not standing up high enough. So if I can get that right up against there, I can throw that pretty high. Now I don't want my ascender too much higher than that because I'm gonna be putting the other one right here. And then I wanna make sure that I get that carabiner in there. And I'm gonna transfer my weight to this now. Now this is where a second aider comes in handy, is you're kind of playing some weird games with this. Now, remember that cluster I gave myself earlier? I'm not too vector pulled yet, but the problem is I haven't put any of my weight directly in line yet. So, not quite sure how I'm gonna be able to get my weight off of this without getting this over. Really clusters the other person. If somebody does this to you, let me show you how to get out of it. It's basically, you have to re-aid. Because I'm not high enough. So I'm gonna re-aid it. What I can do is put this in here, that off, leave the Rocky right there. Instant replay. Now that I'm not gonna go for a ride, let me show you a cool trick. You take this, and you rock towards it, but you have to get the weight off of it. You can't be fully loading it. Now this, if I was connected to this, I'd be all the way over there. And I don't think I'd be able to get that initial of the part of the teeth off. But do this, ladder's on my bottom ascender. I can stand up. Hey, look, I'm already at the next piece. I'll get that off in a second. Now, I have to reach back and unclip that. I'm not high enough. Then I am closer to that bolt. Now I can reach back and I can clean it, keeping it attached to the rope until I get there. Now, I want to get off of all of this. Now, if I stand up in that, I can't take this off, can I? So I'm going to stand up in that and get back onto this personal anchor. Now, it's time to move this guy. But you can see it's very technical, like as technical as the aid climbing is. Fully extend the personal anchor. Right there. Right there. In this case, I'm going to just go right up against my next spot, so I'm done. Ready? Now, if I cockeye this a little, I can treat it like a manky rappel device. So it doesn't swing me as hard if I twist it while I do that. Anyways, I'm as high as I want that ascender to be. So I'm just going to come up here, and if I'm fortunate enough, I can just reach back here and unclip all that. So I'm going to take the bottom ascender off in this case. I'm going to extend this out a little. Man, extend that out, clip it to here, clip it to there, clip it to there. Just a little. If I pull myself too hard, then I'm putting too much pressure on here and I can't get off. Take it off, lower, clip, ladders on this one. Maybe I can stand up a little bit more. Yes, I can. What I'm gonna do is unclip that, and hopefully I can still reach. One trick you can do is, you don't always have to be super comfortable to get it, is you can just swing into it and pull it off. So you can see I can't really get this piece off unless I pull myself in, which I will. You don't have to always pass your ascenders past everything. Lift your bottom leg, stand up, lift your bottom leg, stand up. This doesn't need to take long once you get to a spot like this. Just swing into what you're trying to take it off of. Hold your bottom of the rope right here so you can slide that foot up. When you get up here, don't diddle doddle. Take your personal anchor off, clip it on there, and get yourself off of the rope system so that way you guys can start pulling the rope up and flaking it out and getting it ready for the next thing.
I'm going to show you how to not do this. I've never done this before, the leading the roof, and so it's bound to be a shit show.
And not to be romantic. How's that going for you?
It's not the 5.4 edition.
Those are your two options, to go higher or lower.
I don't know. Maybe I should spider this shit.
Oh!
See? So much closer. I got short people problems, baby. I know how to solve this.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't go too much before lowering that yellow. You want to go down before going up. So lift your hand high, then as you sit, keep your hand high. There you go. What might help?
Getting a ladder over there?
Yes. What technique do you call that?
Big old I know.
There you go. There you go. It's not a micro nut. Because many times the issues are you pulling down on the thing you're trying to lift up. Now, what are you trying to do next?
Loosen this.
Well, standing on that's not going to help you. You have to lift your body from below that.
Right.
Yes. You're close. You haven't solved it yet.
Pull myself over and lift this at the same time.
No, because you'd be tensioning the thing you're trying to loosen. Yeah. You got to keep going.
Oh.
Reset that in your hand. You got it.
How much do I have to loosen it?
A lot. One more time. There you go. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you're doing great, babe.
Thanks.
There you go. Now you're below that enough to go up. One hand to pull that, one hand to hold yourself. There you go. Like a climber.
Well,
Put your foot under your butt. There you go.
we already discussed that I forget how to climb when I'm in these things.
Yeah.
Because everything is moving.
There you go. Yes. You might be high enough. Let's see how this goes for you. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, sort of. Wow. All right. You got it. All right, there you go. There you go. You're in the hardest part while you're trying to make these adjustments with your feet. Pick your feet, stand up. If it doesn't work, come back and reposition.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Where I remembered to be a climber.
And I can't use any of that footage because your ass is hanging out now. And anything should feel easier than what you just did.
I know, it does.
There you go. Now you're one step closer, right? Your blue thing is keeping you from getting over there. Because you can now stand on this.
Yeah.
Up's not always the answer. Sometimes down is.
These are the Metolius Easy Daisies, aren't they?
Yeah.
I propose a name change to Metolius Difficult Daisies.
What is this starfish? Okay. It's not a mermaid I found. It's a starfish.
Figure 4.
You are figure fouring this aid climb. What is this? Am I going to have to black square your ass again?
My hands are falling down.
Jump and wiggle, jump and wiggle. Yes! Oh my God, you did it! I'm so proud of you. You got this. Yes.
I was just trying to get the whole shebang out.
No, stop shebanging. Just, yes. Now go sit. Now your original strategy of going higher comes into play.
There's not even a way to fix it. My ass isn't rescuable.
Wow, look at you.
I made one move.
Yay!
Yay!
I think we're 25 minutes into this episode.
Great.
Wow, isn't that way better when they're not so far apart?
Yeah. Truly it is.
All right, so now you get to practice the real technique and not the hazing spacing. You definitely want to lower yourself.
Yep.
There you go. Now it's under your butt. Now your center of gravity is there. Stand up. Don't do a pull-up. Stand up. Okay, just clip that to you. Clip a quick draw to it. Yeah, just step. Okay. Yeah, yes, you've got it, yes. Do it, yes. There you go. Yes. More, as much as you can. There you go. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that look. That was determination. Yay, you are officially 5 pieces into a 180-foot pitch. I think this is more helpful for people than how to do it.
Yeah, watching someone make all the mistakes you're gonna make.
Yeah, this is like the reason you practice. And if you watch something on YouTube, you're like, oh, that looks easy. And then you go out in real life and you screw yourself. Yes.
And then...
Yeah.
I struggle well, though.
Yeah, you did. You actually I hazed you the whole time. Never gave you any gimmies, never got up there and helped you.
Right.
You did it. Good job, baby.
You mostly just laughed at me. Me and my butt crack hanging out.
Do you want me to clean it?
Yeah.
Are you going to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Sylvester. I have a gear problem worse than how not to, and I've only been climbing a year and a half. Now I'm going to try to aid my first roof.
Maybe we should get your boulder pads for this aid climb. You make it harder for me to follow, but that's okay. Don't act like a climber, dude. Just clip your shit to it and dog hang it. Put on the other side of your climbing rope. Underneath. Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, because you're going to be coming towards me, basically. Yeah. Fifi for the win.
Woohoo! Well, let's clip some more pro.
Let's clip some more. Well, hold on. If that piece blows, because that is what would make you fall, technically, you would have more rope out in the system. So you clip after you've passed a piece. This made sense because you were climbing up to it.
Okay, I follow.
No, you're not. You're leading. Get it?
Thanks.
You can clip the bottom of the quick draw so you're not competing for space.
Okay.
Because you're not obviously going to top step that. Nice.
Cool.
Now you want to release purple.
Okay.
But you can hang on to the tail and push that button because you have an Alfifi. Oh, hang on to the tail of it. You're going to go for a fucking ride, dude. Because you're going to go for a ride if you...
So
I should have let you just push that. I should have hazed you on that.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, it works. Now you can clip it up to the beaner.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, that is nice. Oh, Andrea's gonna be so jealous. Now that's a lot easier than what Andrea had to deal with because you can hang on to the quick draw and then unclip it to pull.
Woo! So now, since I have this handy Alfifi, I think I want to draw over there and clip the... Wait, I didn't when I did this.
Well, no, you want to be directly in the piece. The Alfifi isn't necessarily like how you're quote unquote attached.
Sure.
You want to be closed to beaner attached. Stand and pull.
Oh yeah, that's way easier.
Just grab something. Nice.
Woo!
This is how YouTube should be, showing you real life, man. Lift up, not out. Lift towards the roof.
That's so
nice.
easy.
Take that off.
Clip to myself for now.
Yep. You are officially clipped.
Woo! This is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice.
How to sweat profusely before work.
Nice.
That's so much work to get this far.
You got it. Just do the jump method. Do it. Yes. That's how you just get it done, man. That's the right way. Don't be a climber. If you need to go up, use the purple thing. Or that.
I got it. Thanks, dude. Now this part's easy.
Yeah.
I'm used to this part. We'll see.
It's not.
Oh, me.
Oh, you got it. Keep your head clear. Keep your head clear. You got it. Keep your head clear. Keep your head clear. Keep your head clear.
That was the hardest move I've ever had to make. And it's aid climbing.
So what's the problem there?
I'm stuck in the Fifi beaner.
He used a carabiner on his belay loop and he clipped it so he could be like higher than the Alfifi would allow him to be. But then he pulled his red personal anchor too much and now he vector pulled between the carabiner and the red personal anchor, which he can't reach high enough to release it because it's the Metolius difficult daisy. And
and as soon as Ryan starts talking...
it's been 10 minutes though.
At least 10 minutes. 10 minutes is generous.
But that just shows like you don't want to too much of one thing before starting to undo the last thing. The reason I'm showing you so much of Andrea and Sylvester climbing this stuff is because it's so important that you practice. He watched me do it. He was here. It wasn't even just like a refined YouTube edit, you know? It's hard to do these unnatural motions. And so you don't have to have a beautiful place like this. You can just tie butterfly knots and string it up horizontally and try to traverse something. And you can spread out the knots more and more, or skip knots until you can really pass certain sections. Playgrounds are pretty nice as well, like swing sets, as long as you're not in anybody's way, to go from just girth hitch a sling every so often. But you definitely want to practice this, the hauling, jugging. We're gonna fix the rope in another session to this wall here, and then run it over to this wall and then down. So when you come up to here, you have to do a low route into that. And we're gonna include all of these practice shots in the Big Wall Bible as just like little snippets, just to show you like another way to practice. But this is just emphasizing how important it is to practice this stuff and not just watch a bunch of these and think you're ready.